In this lesson, we're going to look at how to find the mean and the standard deviation for any experiment that falls under a binomial distribution. Remember that the mean is the average, and the standard deviation tells us whether or not the data are spread out. Alright, so the smaller the standard deviation, the better, or the smaller the standard deviation, the data are more close together. Okay, so it's actually pretty simple to find the mean and the standard deviation. Now, before I give you the formula to how to find the mean, I want you to know that another way, or another word that also means the mean, is the word expected value. Expected value. So sometimes expected value is a value that's expected, right, which is the average. So you might hear either these words or the word mean thrown out a lot. Now, a lot of times when we deal with the mean, we're going to talk mostly about sample mean. So remember that there's two notation. This is the X bar stands for the sample mean. Sample mean. And then this letter that looks like the letter M, it's pronounced as mu, and it's the population mean. Okay, but either way, to find that number, all you have to do is take the value of n, which is the number of trials, times the probability of success, and that's it. That's how you find the mean for a binomial distribution. To find the variance of a binomial distribution, remember that variance is either s square or sigma square. Say we're dealing with a sample, then the variance is represented by s squared. If we're looking at a population, then it's sigma squared. But either way, the variance is found by using a very simple formula. You take the number of trials times the probability of success times the probability of not success or failure, and you have your variance. Now, standard deviation, the symbol we use for them is either the letter S or the symbol sigma, depending on whether or not you're dealing with a sample or a population. But either way, to find it, all you have to do is take the square root of the variance, which is the square root of n times p times q. Alright, that's it. Now let's review the range rule of thumb from chapter 3. If you remember, the range rule of thumb tells us an interval interval with a minimum value and a maximum value, and any number that falls within these values is considered to be acceptable. So the minimum value